Hi friends, today I continue exploring the Balkans. I'm in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I'm traveling here with my friend. We arrived here yesterday. Yesterday we were exploring Banja Luka, and this morning we took a bus and came to Jajce. In English it can be translated as the egg, which is a very interesting name, and the bus ride was very cool. It was 1.5 hours and it was so beautiful. There were these scenic views with the mountains and the river. It was amazing. This morning we just checked into the hotel and now we'll be exploring this town. It looks really beautiful from what I've seen so far. There is a beautiful fortress and a lot of waterfalls. So I'm pretty excited about that, and we're gonna spend here 2 days. I think it's going to be really interesting. Now it's also spring and there are a lot of flowers. I like it. And now we're going to have Bosnian breakfast. I will show you. So this is the view. There are forests, and there is a fortress. Look at this water. It's so clean and cold. Where we're gonna have breakfast, and this is the view. Our day started with a breakfast, which was actually more of a brunch because it's pretty late in the day. Now it's 12 a.m. Oh, 12 p.m. It was really good. We found this traditional restaurant with some Bosnian cuisine. I had an omelette with some dry meat. It was pretty good. I actually liked it. The meat is very flavorful. And also I tried a pie with some greens. It's called zelenica. It's also really good, but it was a very big portion, so I had to take it to go. It's a nice pie and it's a lot lighter than burek, which is with meat. And now we're just walking to some catacombs. Look, there is a bear tower. I really like this logo. It's so cute. And the bear is floating in the air above the tower. It's a very interesting place. Underneath, on the -1 floor, there is a church with a cross, and it's kind of chilly here. Надо реально смотреть под ноги. Well, this church was quite interesting. It reminded me a lot of what I've seen in Cappadocia in Turkey. Of course, there are like underground towns, but here is just one tiny church. But still, it's very interesting. And also in Central Asia, I've seen some underground churches or churches in rocks. For me, all of this is fascinating. But here, there were no signs, no explanation about this church. We just know that it was built in the 14th century and the entrance costs €1. But I think it's worth seeing if you're interested in history and stuff. Jajce feels so quiet and peaceful today, but it's actually very rich in history. In 1943, an important meeting here helped shape the future of Yugoslavia after the war, and you can still see traces of its past in the medieval fortress and Ottoman period mosques. There is a little cannon here. Wow, it's so tiny. I've never seen cannons like this. Probably it's really old. Wow, it's such a beautiful day. And today is sunny. Yesterday when we were walking in Banja Luka, we felt a little bit lonely and cold because the sun just disappeared in the middle of the day, and then everything was closed because yesterday was this big Friday before Easter, and turned out that in Bosnia and Herzegovina, but also in Serbia, it's a big thing, a big celebration. But today it seems more lively. And what I like about exploring this region is that there are so many fortresses everywhere. You know, I'm living in Serbia now. I've been living there for more than 6 months now, and I've seen quite a lot of fortresses already, but there are still a couple that I really want to see. So I've been to Petrovaradin fortress in Novi Sad. Also, I really like the fortress in Vršac. It's a Vršac tower. I needed to like hike up the mountain, and it had such a beautiful view. And this fortress is also really amazing. And today there are not so many people, not so many tourists, which I really like. It's a very quiet day, and I really like these little flowers here. You can see them everywhere. I feel a little bit like a princess, you know, in a fortress. Look at this view, it's so beautiful. And there is still snow on the mountain. I'm shocked because it's spring, but of course I shouldn't be shocked, but because I don't live in the mountains, for me everything is new. Even though, yeah, I lived in Georgia before and I've seen mountains, but still, every time when I see mountains, I'm just speechless. Found the symbol of this town, the egg, and it's a really beautiful painting of the town and the waterfalls. And this is actually the historical center, and here you can see the mosque. There are quite a lot of mosques here, and this is the House of Culture and some old streets. We've just had a little coffee break. And now, really, we don't know what to do because it seems like we've seen pretty much everything in this part of the town. Tomorrow we'll explore the other part, but we're just walking down the historical street. The plan is to just wander around, maybe go to the river and see the waterfalls one more time. And maybe in the evening we'll just go somewhere to have a drink or something like this. That's the plan. It's not a very big place, and if we were traveling by car, of course we would go to some other places around, but we've just decided to do this easy trip without any cars or anything. For the rest of the day we were just walking around Jajce, and honestly it's such a nice place to get a little bit lost. It's not a very big town, so you can easily see the main sites in one day, but I really enjoyed just exploring the little streets, the mountain views, the old houses and all the flowers around. Especially in spring it feels so peaceful and picturesque. And later that day we visited the most famous place in Jajce, the Pliva waterfall. The entrance is paid, I think we paid around 4 or 5 euros, and for me it was definitely worth it. You can get really close to the waterfall, so close that you actually get wet from the mist. It's powerful, beautiful, and the most amazing part is that it's literally in the middle of the town. Hi friends, it's my second day here in this town. Yesterday we were exploring the historical part with the old streets and the fortress, and there are beautiful waterfalls. It was just amazing. And today we're gonna go in the other direction to see the lakes, and also there are some watermills there that are pretty popular, and in general there is a lot of beautiful nature. So now it's 9 a.m. and I decided to walk there on foot. I think it's gonna be a beautiful walk, just an hour to the lake. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm gonna do it alone because my friend is still sleeping and we've just decided that we'll separate today a little bit. And I just really like this place. You know, here in Jajce there is this river and it's so beautiful. There are a lot of birds, ducks, and I can see 2 cats in the distance, and it's really quiet. I don't know if it's like this all the time. Maybe in summer there are a lot of tourists, but now it's spring and it's so peaceful here. I've heard a lot of people who come to Jajce go see Pliva Lakes. There are actually 2 lakes here, surrounded by hills and forests, which you can enjoy on the way there, with waterfalls and beautiful views around. There is a restaurant, and I've read some reviews about it. It's supposed to be really good. Well, I can see why, because the view is amazing. Well, I'm gonna stop there maybe on my way back to try some ćevapi, you know, some Bosnian cuisine. This is so beautiful. Oh my god. You know, actually I was a little bit worried when I decided to walk, because I was afraid that it would be some path in the forest and that I would need hiking boots and that it would be dangerous, but it turned out to be very safe. It's just a road for cars. Of course you need to be careful because there are cars, but there are not so many of them. Yeah, the road is pretty decent, and I think it's gonna be a nice walk to the lake, hopefully. At least so far it has been nice. Okay, look at this. It's the local beach. There are lakes here. I don't know if you can swim in the summer, I guess yes. And honestly, I would like to swim even right now because it's a little bit hot. Wow, literally there are no people on this beach. I'm alone here. I feel so lucky. I guess in summer it's probably packed, but right now I'm just here with some birds, some ducks, and that's it. Near Pliva Lakes there is this wooden bridge, often called the Love Bridge. It's a very simple place, but with the lake, the greenery and the mountain views around, it feels really peaceful and romantic. You know, it's my third day in Bosnia and Herzegovina already, and this song keeps playing in my head. I will put a screenshot here. I can't really play it because of copyrights, but it's so catchy. Every time when I walk here, I'm just singing this song. I'm from Bosnia, take me to America. It's so funny. I love this song. You should check it out, definitely. Wow, oh my god, it's so beautiful. This pink house is really cute. Now I feel like I would like to have a little stop. I'm going to this watermills right now, and I've seen on the map that there are some little cafes there. I would like to have a coffee or something. So these are the watermills. Yeah, it looks really cute. I think it's the word of the day today because I say cute many times. The sound of water is so relaxing. One more thing that I want to see here is the viewpoint. It's a little bit further, and from there I guess you can see the view of the second lake. I'm just gonna stay here for a bit and then just probably slowly go back because I wanna go back to that restaurant to try ćevapi, because it's a must, you know, when you come to Bosnia and Herzegovina to try their ćevapi. I was told that the quality of meat here is a lot better than in Serbia, but I don't know, I'm not a meat expert to be honest, and for me everything that I've tried in Serbia was really delicious, so I don't even know like if it's possible to make it even more delicious, but we will see. And one of the most charming places near Jajce is these small old watermills between the lakes. They were once used by locals to grind grain, and today they feel like a little open-air museum. It's such a simple place, but it really adds to the traditional atmosphere in Jajce. And this is the little cafe. I hope they have coffee there. Oh my god, this is so funny. I didn't film the coffee break. I found this little coffee shop here by the lake. I think it's the only place, and it had good reviews on the Google Maps, so I came there, but it looked really empty and it seems like they don't really have much on their menu, and the waiter, who I guess also is the owner of the shop, can't speak English. He's an older man. And I asked if they have a coffee. Yeah, he brought me coffee. Then we started talking, but he was kind of like talking in Russian. He was trying, but I don't know, for me it was hard to understand, but we were like speaking the sign language. And then at the end I asked him how much I should pay, and he said that I don't need to pay anything. I don't know. It's really funny. I asked also him to charge my phone, and he put it on the charger, but it didn't charge at all. So it was a strange kind of coffee break, but at the same time it was really nice, very kind of him. I don't know why actually the coffee was free. And I've noticed here that, you know, they don't have Americanos. Usually I drink black coffee, like a bigger mug, but they don't serve that here. Only espresso or not Nesquik, Nescafe. Yeah, so here in Jajce I've been drinking espresso, which for me is very unusual. But okay, at least I got some coffee and now I can continue my walk. So I just had dinner and lunch. I don't know what it was, to be honest, in the restaurant, You know, I came to that restaurant at 12 p.m. and now it's like 5 p.m. I don't know. It was so magical there. Just sitting there was so comfortable. And with this view, with the waterfalls, it was so relaxing. And first I ate ćevapi, and it was, I think, the most amazing dish I've tried in a while. They were so, so delicious. So it was like ćevapi, these little sausages in a flatbread, and the bread was also really delicious. And also I tried ajvar, which is this Balkans bread made of paprika, and it was the best ajvar I've tried ever. It was so amazing. And then my friend joined me and we tried the local beer. It was also surprisingly really good. And then also we tried uštipci, which is these fried breads. I don't know, it was really hard to leave. We got so comfy and the restaurant was so cozy. I really loved it. It was the best food. So basically we just spent the whole day by the waterfall. And now we'll just go back, I don't know, maybe walk somewhere. And tomorrow we'll go to Banja Luka.